Hello everyone, welcome to this YouTube channel. Today we will discuss on a particular poem, The Prologue, written by Anne Bradstreet. So, before I going to discuss the poem line by line, I would like to go into the biographical detail of Anne Bradstreet. So, let us know something about the author or poetess of this particular poem, The Prologue. So, Anne Bradstreet was born in wealthy Puritan family in England. She was born on, I don't remember the exact date of her birth on which she was born, but I think it was probably 1612 or 1613. Bradstreet was a well-read scholar, especially by the works of Du Bois. She was greatly influenced or inspired. She was married at the age of 16. She was most prominent or eminent early English poet or writer in the time of Renaissance in North America. Probably we all know that she is the first Puritan figure in the American literature. As we know, Bradstreet poem generally belong to the Elizabethan literary tradition, যেমন Sir Philip Sidney, Edmund Spenser, and many more. So, she was also greatly influenced by the 6th century's French poet Du Bois. I would like to tell you that this particular named Du Bois, who was a French poet, ultimately his name has been mentioned by Anne Bradstreet in this particular poem, The Prologue, and later on we will discover it by ourselves when we will read our poem line by line. So now let's move on into the poem, The Prologue, without further discussion about the poetess. কারণ আমি মনে করি মনে হয় এগুলো নিয়ে গভীরভাবে আলোচনা না করে একটু যথেষ্ট জানা থাকলে যথেষ্ট. So now let's discuss about our particular poem, The Prologue. Whenever we read Bradstreet poems or work, we will find that Bradstreet is chiefly noted for using her poetry as a mean of question or questioning. Her own Puritan beliefs is depicted in her particular many poems. Actually, this poem, The Prologue, also demonstrates or describe how society used to underestimate the poetic accomplishment of women in the time of Renaissance. The people's belief that the women should be doing the other things like the house activities, housekeeping, cooking, cleaning, rather than writing poetry. So, in the prologue, the poet investigates her own writing ability, her role as a female poet, and the topics she feels are invented on this particular topic. She is capable of writing on this particular topic or not. She is at liberty or not. So, probably we have read the poem and introduction by Kamala Das, Indian author. In this poem, we have seen that Kamala Das, as a confessional poet, she shows in this poem how the women was exploited in the patriarchal society by the men or in the male dominated society. So in the same way, here in this particular poem, The Prologue, we will find the same thing. The condition of women in the particular time during the period of Renaissance. Actually, it is indicating the particular period of Renaissance in England or 17th century. At the same time, it is focusing some ironic shaft regarding the condition of women, the subjugation of women, and also regarding the exploitation of the women during the time of Renaissance. So, regarding this point, we can say that this particular poem, the prologue, actually indicating towards the condition of women during the time of Renaissance, the condition of women during this particular time period in the 17th century in England. Now, this poem is written in 8 major stanzas, and each stanzas consist 6 lines. Here, Anne Bradstreet uses iambic pentameter. It is a very eminent or prominent meter. Like Anne Bradstreet, many other poets or writers has been using this meter, or Anne Bradstreet also here has been used this meter, and using the rhyme scheme ABABCC. Here she is using the rhyme scheme ABABCC. And Bradstreet here invokes a global and historical context. The poem, the prologue, contains many literary devices like allusion. You can consider the example of Bertus du Bertus as the example of allusion. It is a reference of a historical set, a historical reference it is, and it is clearly indicating the Greek Christianity, feminism and psychology. And while many critics have argued or assumed that it is actually a bold assertion of the poet's skill and her right to compose verse in her own way during the time of Renaissance, when feminism was far from becoming a political movement. So here Anne Bradstreet clearly trying to show that during the time of Renaissance, the female poets was not at liberty to write the verse or compose the verse in her own way. They were exploited and subjugation. So in the first stanza of the poem, the poet writes that she does not want to discuss the same thing or topics again and again like the male poets, on which the male poets have the authority to write, but as for the female poets, they are not at liberty to write on this particular topic. These things are about kings, wealth, cities founded. Here the poet makes use of several capital letters. The poet Bradstreet used capitalizing or capitalization in order to draw the attention to the words kings, cities, founded, words, commonwealth, that she found to be most important in phrase to write. Most of these words are nouns such as kings, words or captains. So here Anne Bradstreet is describing how as a writer she is not going to try to attempt to write about this particular thing, which is a very important things for every writers, but she is not at liberty to write on this particular topic. Actually, the poet herself does not think she will write about words, captains, kings, or cities founded, commonwealth on this particular thing or topic, because she believes that these topics are too superior for her pen or skill, and it should be it should be written by historians or male poets. Here we have found that a very fine ironical shaft, which the eminent author or poet trying to show that in reality she was full of quality and skill to write the poem on the particular theme, like war, kings, and cities founded. But here she ironically says that these things are too superior for her to write. Okay, so I think our time is coming to an end. So thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Later on we will continue our discussion in the next video. Thank you.